Hello everyone and welcome to the weekly Exploration audio newsletter, this time for the week of February 26th, 2021, and a special shout out to Jules Ramos and Heidi So for all their hard work every week on the print version of our newsletter. I'm Renee Meredith, the COO of Exploration Group, and now, the news. Spotify to launch in 80 new markets, plans higher price tier. Spotify is expanding to 80 new markets around the world in the coming days. The international expansion, which will include countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Nigeria, will make Spotify available to more than 1 billion people globally who didn't previously have the service. The company is also adding support for 36 languages to its platform. Adding the new markets will nearly double the number of countries where Spotify is available. It currently operates its service in 93 markets. Spotify is not only growing its business by tapping into a larger pool of potential new audiences. The company announced plans to roll out a new higher-priced subscription tier, Spotify Hi-Fi, which will offer high-quality music streaming. IFPI's SoundSys tackles performance rights revenue distribution. The IFPI is partnered with music tech firm Bmat and 4 collecting societies in Asia to launch SoundSys, which is described as a complete, cost-effective back-office distribution system for revenue collected for the broadcasting and public performance of sound recordings and karaoke videos. This means that when developing a shared system, societies in Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, and India do not have to build it themselves. Its launch follows the debut of the repertoire data exchange service RDX last year, with the IFPI promising that the combination of the two systems will provide a standardized, high-quality recording metadata supply pipeline and data processing capability for MLCs that will significantly improve the performance rights management landscape worldwide. The IFPI says it aims to roll out SoundSys out to other parts of the world following this week's launch. Major labels talk user-centric payouts and equitable remuneration. This week, streaming services Apple Music, Spotify, and Amazon Music had their say at the UK's Streaming Economics Inquiry. The parliamentary committee holding the inquiry also published the latest written evidence from the 3 major labels. Questions surrounded the topic of user-centric payouts and equitable remuneration, 2 of the measures that the committee seems to be looking on favorably as potential changes to the streaming ecosystem. On user-centric payouts, Universal's filing claims to welcome any proposal that maximizes fairness and transparency and supports market growth, adding that the label is carefully reading the recent French study into the model. Sony's filing said, "We are agnostic as to whether a user-centric model is employed, as it is not meant to change the pool of money available to labels and artists. We feel that whether a user-centric model is used is ultimately a matter for the DSPs and the artist community." Lastly, Warner Music Group's filing is more critical, suggesting that a user-centric model would not change the overall royalty pool, and our analysis suggests that any changes in the allocation of payments to artists would not be significant. Spotify just secured $1.3 billion in debt. What could it spend it on? Spotify has secured $1.3 billion in debt via the sale of private exchangeable senior notes to qualified institutional buyers. This according to a media release published on February 24th. The notes will be senior unsecured obligations of Spotify's U.S. company, Spotify USA, and will accrue interest payable semi-annually in arrears and will mature on March 15, 2026, unless earlier repurchased, redeemed, or exchanged. Spot's explanation for what it plans on doing with this money is pretty vague, stating only that it intends to use the proceeds from the offering for general corporate purposes. General corporate purposes could refer to anything from capital expenditures to stock repurchases or even acquisitions. In November, for example, Spotify was buying podcast advertising and publishing platform Megaphone for $235 million in cash. The company also spent $375 million in cash on buying podcast companies in 2019 alone. Spotify stock hits new high, valuing company at $72 billion. According to the news from Spotify's global Stream On event on February 22nd, the company's share price reached an all-time high of $387.44 at midday. During the presentation, CEO Daniel Ek and a host of executives announced plans to launch in 80 new markets, upcoming podcasts from Barack and Michelle Obama's production company Higher Ground, new tools for do-it-yourself podcasters, and a high-definition audio tier to match existing offerings from Amazon, Qobuz, Tidal, and Deeper. Spotify's enterprise value hit $72 billion, twice the $36.5 billion value of Universal Music Group, Spotify's largest music supplier. The investors' initial enthusiasm faded away as Spotify's share price dipped into negative territory just 3 hours later and ended the day down 4% from the opening price of $349.91. That's all for me this week. Don't forget to click subscribe for more videos from Exploration. And as 2021 appears to be opening up a little bit and things appear to be getting a little warmer and a little bit brighter, let's all remember to be kind to each other.